Time to talk about flying! Welcome to my channel, KC. That's me, Carrie Chug, the Sledge Storyteller, here to talk about the wonderful world of storytelling and to open up discussion about how we can tell the best stories we possibly can. But first, a shameless plug. So, I hope those of you who have been watching here, some of you have read Sledge number 1. Sledge number 2, it's been a long time in coming, I apologize, but we're ever so close to the end where there's only one more story page that needs to be drawn, then the cover has to be drawn. All but that last page has been lettered, and after that I have formatted things to the proper size for the publisher. So we're very close. So hopefully I can get you excited for that. Now on to the subject of flight. I admit it, I've been chomping at the bit to talk about this, if not just have a little fun pretending to fly myself. But just to fly at the beginning was reason enough. Now, like so many comic and superhero tropes, flight carries a wide spectrum. It starts with, I would say, the giant leap. And the first superhero to use that power was the first superhero ever. That's right, in the beginning, Old Soups, it was his ability to take to the air. It was originally limited with that eighth of a mile leap, and to keep shoulder to shoulder with superheroes sprouting up all around him, including Prince Namor, the Submariner, and Captain Marvel, who were actually the first two. But, you know, Captain Marvel's now Shazam. But he eventually had to fly to keep up with the rest of them. But the giant leap manages to go a long way out with such heroes as the Hulk and Spider-Man, where it definitely looks like flight for a good while. Then there's gliding. In some ways, Batman felt only a slight bit incomplete when it came to his moniker until he started gliding. At least that's how it is to me. It's more befitting to bats than any jetpack he's used. It works for the rest of the Bat family, and guilty pleasure of mine, Condor Man. Then there's the flight by mechanical means. Iron Man comes first and foremost to mind, and with his rocket propulsion. I myself thought a little outside of the basic mechanical box with Sledge's equipment that generates gravitons. Now, some actually use wings like Archangel of the X-Men, DC's Hawkman, there's Falcon of the Avengers, and also Wasp, and DC's Bumblebee. It all looks cool and fun to watch, not my preference since it often looks a little cumbersome. There are several incarnations of the otherworldly means of flight, such as Thor with his trusty Mjolnir, Green Lantern with his power ring, and Silver Surfer with his cosmic surfboard. Now, Shazam, Doctor Strange, they fly by magic. Human Torch creates propulsion with the flames he generates, and though he may not have been the first to fly, the public's designated patron saint of flight, also given the rationale of gravitons, a few years before I gave that to Sledge, Superman. So we've talked about the many different approaches to endowing a hero with flight. We also should cover some ramifications. First, the natural hazards. If you want to have your flying hero grounded in reality as much as possible, you may have to give them some degree of invulnerability, especially if you want him or her to fly supersonic. Not only are flying bugs and birds a danger, more so than you would think, but the G-forces will be enough to crush all bones and insides of a mortal. Also, when I decided that Sledge will operate within his legal limits in terms of what a citizen can do, that meant he, under FAA regulations, could not fly any higher than 400 feet over whatever ground he may be above, unless he decided to lose his secret identity in registering for a permit to have greater freedom of altitude. Also, all cities with airports have restricted airspace zones, and most cities have that, if not several towns. And I had to just decide to look the other way over the very real possibility that an untrusting local legislation would probably enact laws further restricting flight to shut Sledge down. You just have to sort through all that and decide how true to life you want to make it, and cherry pick your realities as you see it. And to be honest, I don't think anyone can completely escape that. But that's my take on the power of flight. Agree, disagree, or something I left out? Please let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, please click like. If you like this channel, please click subscribe or follow me on Instagram. As always, the link to order Sledge number 1 is below the description there, where you can order it on Kindle. I'll always say it. Let's all look for civility amid all the bad news out there about social and political strife, as well as the pandemic. I keep hearing news that we may be approaching the flattening the curve. We can get even further along that if we do what we're supposed to, take the precautions. Please get the shot. But thanks for watching. Everyone be safe, and God bless.